Commenting on a god might be overstepping my position a little. But when I was working with her, I personally witnessed her wisdom, courage, and determination. Compared with those sages who constantly undermined and criticized her without a shred of evidence, I think I can provide a more reliable assessment. She is an exceptional deity who is worthy of everyone's respect. I can sense her enthusiasm and passion for dancing. It has become an integral part of her being. I hope that she will always be able to use the art she loves to bring happiness to other people. TIGHNARI is different from other scholars I've met. He has the same wholehearted dedication to knowledge, but he will never cross the most important boundaries. Some scholars see themselves as gods within their own laboratories, but not TIGHNARI. He has always shown the same respect for every form of life. I've heard that he even declined a position in the academia, and I support his decision. TIGHNARI once told me not to tell jokes at the dinner table, insisting that my jokes weren't funny at all. I did not share his opinion, so I told 3 of my best jokes in a row and explained the premise of each in great detail. By the time I was done talking, my food was cold. I once helped KOLLEI seal away the god's remains in her body, but the process was an unthinkably painful one. To many, enduring that kind of pain would be a prospect more terrifying than death. So, it was very admirable that she was able to persevere through it all. I don't really like people who are too smart. They think they can control everything and constantly venture to the fringes of danger. But ALHAITHAM is one of the more reliable ones. In most cases, he is actually in control of things and has the ability to avert potential disaster. TIGHNARI and KOLLEI never said it to my face, but they found KAVEH's personal anecdotes far more entertaining than the jokes I had prepared. I could see it on their faces. What did I think about that? Well, I thought it was funny that they could laugh at such a situation. I've carefully browsed through the case files regarding Faruzan's disappearance. At the time, I thought maybe she had been conducting some kind of dangerous research. But once I met her in person, I completely abandoned that idea. Though it might be a little hard for me to get along with her. She mostly reminds me of a kindly and chatty parent. She is considerate of others and would never do anything imprudent. Of course I know about Lisa. We once both studied under the same sage. As General Mahamatra, I've seen many tragedies befall those seeking knowledge too assiduously. So it's easy for me to understand her decision.
There is no doubt in my mind about THOMA's loyalty to the Kamisato clan. A long time ago, partly to see where he stood, I advised him that he would be better off leaving if he didn't want to get drawn into the never-ending disputes that plague public life. Still, he chose to stay. And in all the time he's been with us, he's spared me much worry. There are very few people I trust completely these days, but THOMA is one of them. She looks awfully idle the majority of the time, and yet when it counts, she always rises to the occasion and provides indispensable assistance. Of course, you'd know far more about that than me, wouldn't you? Ah, the fireworks store owner. Yes, a most spirited young lady. The Kamisato clan is on rather close terms with her. She is around the same age as AYAKA, and the two get along very well. I trust her direct and outspoken disposition won't lead AYAKA astray. AYAKA has always been staunchly true to herself, ever since she was a young child. The cost of pursuing eternity has been great for the almighty Shogun, and for all of Inazuma. These wounds will take time to heal, and as someone with a mediating role to play in the political process, I will be sure to fulfill that which is required of me. Lady Guji has been kind to us in the Kamisato clan, but she has never quite taken to me personally. I trust you'll have heard the way she refers to me, the Yashiro rascal, and other such flattering monikers. We run into each other semi-regularly, given the overlap in our work, and despite whatever private thoughts we each may have, our working relationship is quite a harmonious one. I have no great objection to this state of affairs. Working with intelligent people always makes things highly efficient. In any case, however objectionable she might find me, she would be forced to admit that without me, she would have no one to help execute her weird and wonderful ideas. Old man KUJOU capitalized on a golden opportunity to create a most formidable weapon indeed. The only flaw in his plan being he is no longer able to wield the weapon of his creation. I am confident in Ayaka's abilities, but I want her to be able to hold on to her innocence. She shouldn't have to get personally involved in power struggles, or confront the darker side of life head-on. As her older brother, it's my job to shield her from all of that. Just between the two of us, of course. Sorry, that got a little more private, a little more quickly than I'd intended. Once upon a time, the Kaidahara clan was a subordinate branch of the Kamisato clan. My forebears may have failed to save his family from decline, but even today I have a duty to support him. Now, naturally there is nothing I can do to restore his clan's former fortunes. But as for helping him avoid arrest by the Tenryou Commission, that is well within my capabilities. Now he's an interesting case. Pitting docile Onikabuto against each other in battle. That's a first. I was only speaking in polite platitudes when I gave him that little pep talk, but to my surprise he started calling me bro. To this day, he calls me my bro Ayato without the faintest idea of my true identity. It's quite alright by me, though. I have nothing against his, unique character. I have heard a thing or two about how Her Eminence, the Tien Chuan, operates. On the subject, I also happen to have a limited edition copy of Liyue Millennial, if you're interested. What do you say? Shall I have someone fetch it so we can play a game?